Up, what is going on, y'all? Thank you so much because you have just tuned in to Real Laughs right here on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your happy host today, sitting in the big chair. My name is James Ian, and I'm joined in virtual studio with a really good friend of mine, Patricio, aka Rocky. You guys know him, you love him from his many adventures and exploits from this very show. That's right. We live vicariously through him. They should sell tickets to his life. You also know him from the Aaron Morse Law Firm. That's right. They practice family law there. He snatches kids for a living. And you also can hear him on the podcast with A Side of Chaos. What is going on, Patricio, today, bruh?
I love it. I love being here on a Tuesday for Taco Tuesday. You got to have the residential Mexican on the show, telling you all the taco, all the tea.
Gotcha.
Let's effing do it.
There you go, man. We don't want you to spill the tea on this show. We want you to spill a taco. That's how we do it. Oh man. Now I'm always happy that you come because you always have stories, man. Yo, your life is wild, to say the very least, bro.
It is. Last night, because like yeah, we pre-record these, but Thursday evening I was hosting bingo over at
Hmm.
Creek Junction College Park, and adult bingo is always fun because we have adult toys. I have a, I think it's like 16 or 18-inch toy.
Hmm.
It's a blue toy, a rubber toy on both
Okay,
ends.
bro. Wait. Slow down. First off, brother, you just said you give an adult toy away that's how many inches?
Well, no, so I give away tons of stuff. I give away vibrators, pleasure toys,
I know.
bondage
It's
kits.
it's like Fairvilla threw up in there.
Yeah. No, actually,
Yeah.
that's one of the people that we do work with. So, Golden Eye Entertainment, the the entertainment company that I work with,
Uh-huh.
we get through wholesale distributor. We do things with Fairville as well.
Wait a minute. If you are in the adult toy business and you're buying things wholesale, that's
Yeah.
just hilarious to say. Like, how
Oh,
many gallons would you like, Patricio? Let's go with the 5 gallon bucket.
yeah.
All right, that's the extreme saver option. Would you
You can
like it
never have
flavored as usual?
you can
Of
never have enough
course.
elbow grease. You can never have enough elbow grease.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. Whenever I see somebody like a product online about lube, I always think of it like a McRib. Who the hell is using it? Because who is buying this to keep this stuff on the shelves? That's all I'm saying.
No, and I do give away lube here or there at the bingo, and
Uh
the
huh.
thing is, we always give flavored lube, so it's
Wow.
strawberry, bananas, cherry, all this crazy stuff, and people be like, "Oh my god, baby, we could use this." Like last night, I had given away a bondage kit,
Uh
so
huh.
the joke about it was that on the top of the box it said breaking the breaking the rope or something like that, like kind of like just getting into it. It was a starter kit for a BDSM couple, and
Okay.
I'd
Yeah,
said
and I'm gonna
if
tell
you
you right now, Patricio, bro. I don't yuck anyone's yum. I don't shame any kink. But when it comes to bondage and being beat, I'm gonna treat it like the Shark Tank. For those reasons, I'm out. I'm like, yeah, I can't do it, bro. Don't I've never had a good whooping and been like, you know what? Ooh, I need one more of those. No, I'm good, man.
yeah, I was actually looking at the product right now. It was called Learn the Ropes,
Oh
which
wow.
is and it came with a nine tails 10-foot rope, uh eye coverage, and handcuffs. So it was a pretty decent toy.
Okay.
And I gave away also because I was basically getting everyone, in the mood, getting them all riled up, playing music, giving away drinks.
Mhm.
And I had said, if you win this, you're also going to get a cup of vanilla ice cream. So
Oh, okay. Now I'm listening.
a few people were laughing, but then there was this one couple who's like, I don't know what that means. And so as in between rounds, I walk around, show the gift, get to know everybody, and I go to
Mhm.
this couple, and I'm like, yeah, this is the prize we're giving away. Learn the ropes, bondage kit.
Mhm.
And on top of this, if you win, you also get a cup of vanilla ice cream. And they're like, why are we getting the vanilla ice cream if we win this prize? And I'm just like, all right, I'm already like three
Yeah.
Jack Daniels in, and I'm like, listen,
Mm.
sir, have you ever tied up your wife? And he looks at me, he's like, no. Ma'am, before you were married, have you ever gone through any type of BDSM or anything like that?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I've never done this. This is all new to us.
Okay.
I'm like, so you've never heard the term vanilla? And they just look at me with this like strange eyes, like, what, like the flavor, like the ice cream? No. if you're not into the lifestyle of BDSM
Oh,
or you're not into any kinky levels, then
oh.
that world looks at you as like, oh, you're vanilla, because vanilla is like one of the most basic flavors of ice cream.
Patricio, I'm a fat kid. I really thought we were talking about ice cream when you said it. That's why I'm like, oh, I'm listening. Like, you know me, I'm pretty conservative when it comes to that kind of thing. So I had no idea. So, okay, I get that we're vanilla. Like that makes sense. I've heard
Yeah.
that term. Okay. So what
So
is it when you get vanilla ice cream?
it was just kind of a play on words because
Oh,
if
okay,
you've
got
never
it.
anybody up, and I kind of did a survey of the area, and it was kind of like down 50-50 that some people were into it and some people weren't. So the
Mhm.
girl that won, she was so excited. She's like, I can't wait for for my man to tie me up with this. It's gonna be so much fun.
Oh, wow.
And in my head, I'm like, well, hopefully he's into it because I know a
Yeah.
couple dudes who like even just like the thought of like tying someone up in in a sexual manner, and this is all consensual. All these actions, everything I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Let's make sure we say that real quick, guys, listening out there in radio land. We're talking about consensually tying someone up. Okay, someone who says yes,
Yeah.
please tie me up. All right, yeah. Let's get that out there. Look, I need my little job, Patricio. I need, bro. I don't want those kind of problems.
Oh yeah, no, and working in legal, I always have to get consent or anything. Like even when I'm like in my drunken, crazy stage party level, and I meet a
Mhm.
girl, I'm always like that vanilla at that approach. I'm like, yo, like this is cool. This is like you okay with this? All right. Like I get like 5 levels of consent before I go in, bro. Because like in
So,
this day and age,
so,
everything
bro.
is.
So, okay, I'm down to ask you some questions. 'Cause I didn't know you were down with that lifestyle. I didn't know that was something you was into.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, tell me. Well, let me ask a dumb question that a lot of people who've never experienced that want to ask. How do you know that you're gonna like that? Like, how did you find out?
That's a great question. So,
Yeah.
a buddy of ours who's actually a sister station to 1041, I had got invited to do an episode to do 2 podcasts at Secrets Resort and Spa in Kissimmee.
I know the place because I've actually interviewed a young lady who works there on the radio.
And my buddy Super Dave from 1041, I
Super
mean
Dave, shout out to him.
1011 WJR, he invited me out because I do video production, and he's like, "You're the only dude I trust that can help me out with this." And
Mm,
they took care of us, dude. They gave us an open tab. We had a suite. We had everything covered. We had done 2 episodes. So the first episode was with the staff getting, and it was New Year's Eve. So the place was packed. And I hadn't been to Secrets at that point, probably like 3 years at that point. So I was still new to it because the first time I went, I'd gone with this with my girlfriend, and we really didn't do everything that we wanted to do. We were just there
mhm.
because kind of like on a whim.
Yeah, like let me just see. Let me browse, if you will, window shop.
Yeah, so at that point, yeah, I'm a basic bitch walking in there. I have no idea what to expect. And while we're recording, the windows to this conference room is facing the pool area.
Okay.
So as we're having this interview with the staff, with management, there's this Austin Powers looking dude and just like flinging his dog on the window while we're recording.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, good for you. That is an impressive penis.
That is sir, that is the opposite of what I would have been saying. Okay, that's not. I am not cheering you on or congratulating you if you're doing that while I'm in the vicinity. Okay.
So fast forward to the evening. We had done 2 episodes, great episodes. We actually had one girl using a machine on the
We'll just leave it at
podcast.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Using a machine.
and she
Okay,
arrived very comfortably live on the air. I honestly, it felt like a Howard Stern bit we were doing.
bro. What kind of show was this,
Oh, this was one of the best shows I was privy to. Next to my
bro?
OnlyFans episodes,
Yeah,
that was like one of the best.
bro. Your show sounds like it needs a safe word. Like,
It
bro.
the safety word is pineapple, all right? For anyone, if you and I ever get into an encounter, not you and I, James, but like just
No, no, we will not be. Yeah.
Orlando, if you and I ever get to an encounter and we're doing our thing, just know that Patricio's word is pineapple, okay?
That's always your word. Okay.
Always been my word.
That's
And so,
hilarious. All right. So I didn't know you were into it. So how you're doing this show, you're
yeah, we
seeing stuff go on, but when do you get to the point where you're like, I like getting beat?
right here, and we get
Okay.
invited to what's called the dungeon. And in the dungeon, it's basically what you're thinking. You have all these apparatuses. You have uh, the stockade. You have these tables. You have chains. You have whips. You have every kind of thing you can think of, where
Hmm.
kind of like a medieval torture room in a sense.
Okay. All right. So you walk in, you see the devices and all the different things. Uh-huh.
Now, here's the thing: there's no sex going on in the dungeon. This is just people who are wanting to be either talked down to, tied up, hit, and it's basically more of a learning experience for those who want to take it to the bedroom, later on. So
Hmm.
while I'm there, I'm talking to one of the people running the place, and I'm like, "Hey, I don't know if I'm into this or not. This looks interesting. Like, how do I approach this?" And
Okay.
sure enough, they put me in the stockade and they pull down my pants. I'm down in my underwear, and this girl just starts hitting me with a paddle.
Okay, let's stop right there. So we're going to evaluate what you just said. You're in the dungeon, you go down there, you see people partaking in BDSM, and you're like, man, you treat it like you're at BJ Whole Foods
Yes,
because you walk by like, I don't know if I like quiche, so let me try it. Like you
exactly.
just let me be a part of it. Yeah.
So
Okay.
while I'm in the stockhold, I'm being punished,
Okay.
and the lady, the mistress, we had to call her mistress, is telling me if it's too much, you just let me know, or if you want more, just be very verbal with me, okay?
Okay.
And
Okay.
then like,
Communication.
yeah, it was a switch, and she was like, okay, get ready. And then it was the first smack on my butt, and I'm like, that was kind of nice. Can I have another?
What?
Yeah. I,
You're
I,
the Oliver, you're the Oliver Twist of freaks. Thank you, sir. Now have another. Damn, bruh. All
and
right.
so now, it was with a paddle. So then I'm like, can we
Yeah.
try something else? She grabs the nine tails. And now, like, I see her like stretch back even more, and then watcha.
Mm-mm.
And I'm just like, mm, that's even, I love that even more than the paddle. What else do you got? We went through, I think, 12 different styles of whips, of paddles, of everything. And I came to find out that I like pain in a sexual level like that.
Wow, bro. I
And
don't know, Patricio. I'm not judging you. I'm just putting myself in
yes,
that
you are.
predicament. I'm not judging you. No, I'm I'm writing a letter to the police. But no, what I'm saying is, for me, I just know that's not something that I'm into, bro. I never had any inclination or want or need to be beat sexually.
Yeah,
I'm
and
good.
it's not for everybody.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And
Okay, let
then
me ask you a question. In the
go for it.
dungeon,
Yeah,
it's just me, you and me, nobody listening.
okay.
How many brothers was there?
Oh, there are a few.
What? Stop it,
Yeah, yeah.
bruh.
Not as much as you would think. Think of it as a 90s teenage sitcom.
Okay.
That's how many brothers were there.
That is hilarious. How many black people? Not a lot. I'm saying like 90 sitcom. How many did you see? Yeah. How
It
many was
it
on screen?
it wasn't Family Matters, it was more of a Boy Meets World. Like,
That's
there were 2 or 3 in the
funny.
background.
So there was 1 to 12 ratio. That's how it worked back then.
Perfect.
Yeah, I knew.
And
See?
after that, I tried out other things, getting tied up in, hands above my head. And then I met this couple, and let me know when I'm at the 2-minute mark so I could speed it up.
Okay.
But
A matter of fact, I lost track of time, sir, because we're talking about getting beat for fun, and I didn't know what to do with myself. So we're gonna be we're gonna pause for the cause, as they say. We're gonna be right back, Patricio. Patricio is explaining why, not why, but how we got into BDSM. Okay, man, have another. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, right here on Real Last Real Radio 104.1.
pineapple.
Everybody, you are still listening to Real Last right here on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host, Mr. James John. We're having a great time today. I'm talking with my good friend Patricio, aka Rocky, from the podcast with a side of chaos. Now, like I've always said, this man's adventures are absolutely amazing, and they always blow my mind because there's a lot of things that I love to hear about, but I would not try. I don't care how much money you got. And you were just telling us, Patricio, about your adventures. And when you learned for the very first time that you actually enjoyed BDSM,
Yeah.
you were at Secrets Resort in Kissimmee, Florida, and everything that happens in Kissimmee should probably stay in Kissimmee because I
Yeah.
live
Or,
there. I know exactly what I'm talking about.
or ends up on News 13.
Yes, or end up on Who's 13 if you're lucky. But you were telling us that you went there, you were doing a show, and it was a radio broadcast, and you guys were talking to the different people and members and stuff there, and they showed you around. They showed you a place called the Dungeon, and you saw people partaking in being, hit and paddled, and you just wondered, hey, maybe I might like this. So you got tied up by the dominatrix, the mistress, and she started beating you, and that's when you learned that you actually like this lifestyle. Now, how
Yeah,
long ago was that, Patricio?
that was about that was New Year's Eve 2021.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
since
recent,
yeah,
not a long time. Okay.
so since I was still learning about it, I was doing my research, and that same night, and I'll finish this story quick. Um, I also found out that I do like to watch in a sense.
Okay.
So I'd met this couple.
Well,
Gr-
that's not. I mean, to be fair, everybody likes seeing somebody get their ass whooped. I mean, that's why we have World Star. Like, I get it, man. Yeah, bro. Everybody likes that part. Yeah.
and we I meet this couple, great, lovely couple.
Hmm.
They're like, oh yeah, we love coming down to Secrets, great time. We always have a blast. And then he's like, I'm gonna go punish my wife. You want to come with? And I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
sure, yeah. So we're having drinks, and she's on this how would I say it? Kind of like a stable apparatus where it's basically
Oh,
her chest along this
oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I got it. I think everybody gets it.
yeah.
She
And,
got it. Yeah. Yeah.
and he's just smacking her on the butt, smacking her on the back,
Hmm.
and she's getting sexually excited from this.
Got it. Okay.
So I asked her husband, I'm like, do you mind if I watch her facial reactions to every time you hit her? And he's like, yeah, dude, by all means, thank you for
Yeah.
asking, go ahead.
Hmm.
And
Just
of
just
course,
move the camera and look. It's fine, dude. No, it's totally fine.
and of course I ask her, I'm like, hey, do you mind if I watch your, because for me, I love reaction videos, and I love seeing people's just like emotions come up when something happens to them.
Okay.
And I'm literally sitting in front of her, maybe not even 2 feet, like face to face,
Okay.
and she's getting hit, and like her mannerisms, her facial expressions were
Hmm.
incredible, because she was getting stimulation, she was getting arousal, she was getting pleasure from something that would be painful to somebody else.
Mhm. Yeah, man.
And at one point, like, she was about to climax where she grabs my arm, and
Uh-oh.
she dug her nails into my forearm. I mean, no, no,
Yeah.
my shoulder. And I'm like, wow, this woman is climaxing to physical to a physical attack.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, maybe I don't know if I'm at that level or what, but let me learn more and more about this. So the couple and I ended up doing something later on that evening,
Mhm.
and I come to find out that, yeah, during coitus, during sex, she was very into getting punished.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Like.
So
Okay. Okay. I've learned maybe a bit too much today. Okay. All right. I blame myself. I have no one else to blame. I asked and I got an answer. That's my fault. Ask a question, you get the answer you might not be prepared for.
yeah,
So I've learned a lot about you,
I
Patricio. I
forgot
thought
the
I knew a
initial question.
lot.
I don't know how we got so derailed.
Oh my God. Didn't I ask you about a math problem in the beginning of this? This is how we got. Speaking of pie, James, 3.14. Man, I know this one girl who likes to, yeah, it's just funny, bro. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
you might be into it, you might not. I
yes.
always try everything once just to see
Mhm.
if it's for me or not.
Okay.
And
Okay. Is there anything when it comes to that you found in your journey down BDSM? Is there anything that you like? I don't want to try that.
yeah, so they're and now mind you, I'm still I don't want to say a baby, but I'm still learning. I'm still in the learning phase of BDSM. I've tried things. I
Okay.
have certain toys, things like that, and there are some people who are just not into it.
Yeah.
My my previous relationship, we were engaged, but she
Hmm.
wasn't into it. So like for about a year and a half, I had to put that on hold because my partner wasn't about it.
So for you, like a year and a half, you had to go find it a different place. Like you were picking fights in bars. Like you, you were calling cops pigs. Like. Every time they hit you, yes, daddy. Like you were doing anything you could to get you beat my ass fixed.
Yeah. I plead the fifth on that one.
Oh wow.
But yeah, after after the breakup, recently I've kind of gotten back into it, and
Okay.
yeah, there's this place here in Orlando called well, around Orlando called the Woodshed, where that kind of behavior and that kind of those kind of activities go on, not in a sexual sense, but it's more of a exhibitionist style kind of thing.
Okay, look at me. Look at me what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can go to a place and aptly name the woodshed because that's where most people go beat people, and you could go there and kind of see the lifestyle.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I will not be going there. Thank you so much. Unless y'all want to sponsor us, I will. Y'all can beat me. Okay. Whoop me. All right, man. I'm going to switch things up a little bit. Well, not actually switch it up. It kind of relates to what I wanted to go to. Last week, you told everybody that you had these plans, man. You had some good plans, actually. You're going to go with a friend in Miami and shoot some content
Yeah.
for OnlyFans. All
For
right.
OnlyFans, yes.
Yeah.
And
And go ahead. And I'm sad to say that, things happen in life, things come up and plans get canceled. And unfortunately, you guys couldn't make it out, for the weekend to do your thing. So you were very excited, I'll say.
oh yeah, hell yeah.
To you were telling us all about it. You were pretty geeked up, bro. You were pumped up. And I told you off air, I'm like, man, that sucks. Because when you expect to get sex, you expect to get sex. Like not getting it is like someone saying, "Hey, you want some pizza? You hungry? You're starving? Oh, all right. Sorry, we're out." Like that. You're like, damn, you almost
and
had.
and that's the one thing I want to clear up for our listeners, like right here what James said, the idea of expecting sex when someone tells you that you're
Mm-hmm.
going to get sex. Okay,
Oh,
like let's say you and your girlfriend, oh hey honey, tonight, tonight's the night, let's have some fun, like the kids are going to be gone, whatever. Like
mm,
the idea gets put in your head, but the expectation of sex, like whether it's a first date or meeting someone new, yeah, no,
yes.
that get that idea out of your head, because you're an idiot at that point. But if you're told, if you're told you're gonna have sex and you're gonna
Yes.
do the deed, yeah, I feel like I want pizza now.
Now I want pizza, and
I
I
want,
wanted mine. I wanted a meat lovers. You know how I like it. Yeah, man. No pineapple. All right. I just wanted meat lovers. All bro, I know that sucks. Because as a dad, when you had kids and you're trying to like, work your schedule around their schedule, bro.
Mhm.
I've been there. You're like, man, you go to bed frustrated.
Oh yeah, no, I was with someone for 9 years. She had 3 kids. I was
Wow.
stepdad, and it was always like, yeah, for 9 years, like we had quiet sex, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not used to this. Like, why?
Yeah. You wanna express yourself, bro. Absolutely. So I'm sorry, Patricio. Maybe next time, man, and
It's
keep us
all right.
informed when it actually happens and tell us when it happens so we can go watch
I'll
or
send you.
not. But because I got you here, man, and you do work for a law firm, I have some questions for you. Now, I've talked about this with many people, and we talked about it on the show before, but we both used to work at Disney.
Yes,
Yeah, we both spent time. I spent 15 years. How long were you at Disney, brother?
I was there for a little bit over 2 years.
2 years, man, which is why. Now, you were actually we can't say this, but you knew some of the characters is how we're
I
supposed to
I
put
was
it.
I was air quote friends with a lot of the characters. So I was great friends with Goofy, awesome friends with Tigger, Baloo, Bear, Captain Hook, Genie, Launchpad, Queen of Hearts, the Green Soldier for Toy Story Parade, and Stormtrooper for Jedi Training Academy when it was going on back then.
Very nice, man. Now let's just say there's a story about your friend Goofy at work. He had some medical problems at one point, right?
Oh.
Yeah, let's say that.
How much time we got on this one? So because
You got 4 minutes.
we got 4 minutes. I could do this story in 4 minutes. So I've told this story. Shout out to Tom and Dan. I told the story, and the story is called Epileptic Goofy.
Oh wow, I like it already.
So the one thing that people don't know that much about me is I suffer from epilepsy, and the reason I've been able to be seizure free, operate a motor vehicle, do everything that I do, is
Hmm.
because I'm on a certain strain of marijuana, medicinal marijuana, that
Okay.
keeps my nervous system in check and me able to fully function as a contributing member of society.
Do you? Okay, let me just ask real quick, man, because I didn't realize that's why.
Yeah.
certain strands. Like I didn't know why you smoke certain strands, but you honestly, since taking that, using that, it
I've been seizure free for over 15 years because
bro,
of medicinal marijuana.
that is bro, for real. I'm dumbfounded. Like that's amazing that that happens, man. I had no idea that it was that strong and could help you that much.
Yeah. Oh no, there are certain strains of certain levels of THC that your body takes, and it kind of like balances things out. Now,
Hmm.
I've I've been off this strand for about maybe 2 or 3 years because I'm
Hmm.
experimenting with other ones. Because the thing is, I try not to have my body dependent on certain things so I can keep going. That's why I'm always the crazy thing that I am. But fast
Okay.
forward, past that, I was friends with Goofy one day over at Epcot, and
Yes. He.
the thing about people who have epilepsy, you need to have a full night's sleep, proper diet,
Mm.
on top of your medication, or you're gonna have, your petty mouth shakes or your grand mal seizures. And for anyone who's had a seizure, it's the worst because you have no control of your body. You see like from my experience, I look at my hands, I can't control them, I can't do
No.
anything,
No.
and I black out, and then
And
I
I've witnessed a family member of mine having seizures. It's the scariest thing to even witness because
yeah.
you can't do anything but just make sure they don't hurt themselves. But while they're having it, you're helpless.
Mhm. So I am goofy this day.
Hmm.
I get to wardrobe, pick up my costume, and I head out to the area. Now, mind you, as this is going on, I'm having my jolts, which happens. It's kind of like my body like jump starting to get the day going, and I have them every morning, but they go by quick. But sometimes
Hmm.
if I'm not properly taken care of, I
Hmm.
might go into a seizure. And
Got
these
it.
were the ones that were going to lead into a seizure. And I'm like, it's okay. I'm all right. I got control. I'm out on set. And the next thing you know,
Oh no.
I see Goofy's glove go up in the air and I pass out. I open my eyes again and I have Minnie, Mickey, Pluto, and Daisy over me. And then I black out again and I wake up in an ambulance. And
Woo.
it's that scene from Call of Duty where like the frag grenade just goes off. It's like, doo, and like you're looking at your hands, and I'm like, I'm and the sound. If you've ever been in the back of an ambulance, it's a
Hmm.
distinct sound, and it's a distinctive feeling. And then feeling that and looking up and realizing that these guys have not taken off my goofy hat, and I'm in an ambulance, and I've just had a seizure.
and
So
you still got everything on.
part two of this story, it gets worse. It gets
Okay.
a lot worse. So
All right, guys, you're listening to Real Laughs right here on Real Radio. I'm James John, hosting with Patricio. When we get back, he's going to conclude a story when he had a seizure while working as Goofy at Disney. We'll be right back. You guys don't go anywhere. Stay locked. Back, everybody. That's right. You just tuned in to Real Last. Well, you've been listening with us. We've learned a lot on the show today. I'm your host, Mr. James John, with Patricio, aka Rocky, from the podcast with a side of chaos and the Aaron Morse law firm. We've learned that Patricio found out that he likes BDSM. That's right. Whoop my ass, and I will be so happy. We also learned that he used to work at Disney. He was a character, and he had a seizure while he was working on set. On set means he was actually out and about amongst all the people there, and he did it while he was a character, and he woke up in the ambulance, but he woke up still in the costume. No wonder they couldn't get your mouth to mouth the right way, bro. I'm trying to do it, but he's just not saying anything. Like, oh, God, man.
uh,
So you wake up, you're in the ambulance, you realize you still got the costume on. What happens from there, brother?
so at this point now, yeah, they're taking off they're taking off my head, and I'm communicating with the paramedic who's
Mhm.
and of course I'm like, What's going on? What's happening?" He's like, "You just had a seizure. We're taking you to the hospital. We're going to stabilize you. You're okay." And then I realize, oh my, I still have my gloves on. I still have my goofy shoes on. Like, what the hell? And
Bro,
yeah.
that's just like that's crazy. Like, take this head off so you can see if he's okay. You can't even look in your eyes if you still got the thing on. But
And I mean, I get it. The one thing that makes Disney what it is that I say this all the time: magic truly exists at Disney because
yeah.
You go in there with your friends, your family, your kids, whoever. You lose yourself
Hmm.
at
You
Disney.
do. You do.
And
It's you escape to somewhere different.
oh yeah, no, and every time that I've gone there, I've never had a bad experience. Of course things are gonna, 2-hour lines, 3-hour lines. You know what? It's part of the magic. But you know what? Where
Absolutely.
else are you going to be able to ride something like this? Where else are you going to be able to enjoy meeting a character that you grew up watching and
Loving.
yeah,
Yeah.
loving? So shut up about the weights. Enjoy the magic, or go to Universal. I don't care.
Oh my God, Patricio, man,
So
I'm glad you're okay because that could have ended badly.
oh yeah, no, and this is where just a heads up, folks. If you're squeamish, if you have a weak stomach, I'm sorry. All right, but here we go. As I am in the ambulance and we're driving to the hospital, the paramedic is getting my vitals. I'm hooked up to all these things, and as I'm laying in the stretcher, I'm just like, hold on,
Uh-oh.
um,
Oh no.
yeah. And
No,
now
Patricio.
here's the thing: Goofy's costume is a bodysuit, so
Yeah.
belly, he's got the booty. He's got like a little a gooch, like a what's the
Mm,
word I'm looking for? Like the stomach to the gut kind of.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
man. I know what you're talking. I know what I look like, Patricio. I get it. I get it. Yeah, got it.
And I realized that I'm not dry. I'm not dry at this point. So
Oh, please. Okay, please. Please tell me it was number one.
um part
Oh
of,
no,
part of it was
Patricio.
part of it was.
Oh,
So
you did a number three? Like
I
what?
yeah, I did parts 1 and 2 included. And
Oh, you did the trilogy.
I
Oh,
looked to the paramedic and I'm like, how long till we get to the hospital? Because I've crapped myself right now.
oh, bro.
And the paramedic's like, "Don't worry. Once we get you there, where you'll be fine." And yeah, sure enough, we get to the hospital, and that feeling that they when you're conscious, pulling you out of an ambulance into the hospital, it's
Mhm.
always like I feel like I'm in trouble. I
Yeah,
feel like
absolutely,
it,
absolutely.
so many emotions going through my head, and then
Mm,
mind you, I'm in a goofy costume, and it's not
yeah.
your regular orange and blue. No, this was the bedazzled blue costume from Epcot.
Oh, you ruined that one? You know
Just
they had to burn that one. You know they couldn't use that again. You know they had to burn that one. They had a song and everything. They were playing taps. Oh, you talk about a crappy day, bro. You
ah.
literally, literally.
So as I'm getting rolled into the emergency room area and trauma center, all that crap, crap. I'm in a room and I'm
Mhm,
still in. I finally I've taken off my gloves, so I'm in a full blue costume with the goofy
mm.
shoes. And this lady comes up to me, the nurse, and she's like, "Oh, we got to put an IV on you. We got
You're like,
your."
no, I got to do something first.
I'm like, um, excuse me, no. Where's the bathroom? Sir, calm down. You've had a seizure. We just want to stabilize you. And I'm like, ma'am, I have crap my pants in this suit. Before you stick anything in me, I've got to get this thing off of me.
Oh, my god.
And honest, and this is where like I stopped the story because I'm not going to go into the details that I had to deal with when I went to the bathroom to take this suit off
No,
because
because that was going to be my question. You got it on a jumpsuit that's form fitting on your body.
mhm.
So what did you went to a bathroom in a hospital, which is not very big. Tell me it was a room with a shower?
No. I had to wait to be able to take the shower. So I let's just say I used the entire 2 rolls that I could from the bathroom to properly take care of everything. But yeah, it was the worst.
Mm.
Now, mind you, I've had a total of I
Oh
think
wow.
17 seizures in my life.
Okay.
And yeah, because I got diagnosed when I was 12. So like it happened, as we're trying to find the
Yeah,
right medication, all that stuff. So, but that one ranks as my worst seizure because I had ruined a goofy costume. And then,
you
of
did.
course, when I'm coming back to the bathroom, I've taken off the suit and I have it in a plastic bag because I'm like, I'm just going to put this to the side. But
Mhm.
I have nothing else to wear, James. So
No.
I'm walking out of the bathroom in an entirely a blue bedazzled suit and goofy shoes, and these shoes aren't quiet.
No, the clap, clap, clap. Yeah, you look ridiculous at that
Clap,
point.
clap, 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 all the way down to back to the ER where I can finally sit down. I'm like, okay, ma'am, now you can stick me with the IV.
Oh my, bruh. That's your worst seizure, bro. I've never had one, and that's my worst one. Like that is, I ain't never heard nothing like that, bro. It started out bad. You had a seizure at work, but you had it at the happiest place on earth, and
Hmm.
then you ended up soiling a costume, man. That I'm sure they had to. Ooh,
The the best
God.
the best part of the seizure is that I fell on top of a Brazilian family.
Oh man, they gonna go back they went back to Brazil like ah.
I know. I hope one day, with my stardom slowly building up, and then I tell this story on Saturday Night Live or Jimmy Kimmel or something like that, and then the family that this happened to reaches back out. I
Oh
I
wow.
I will buy them dinner. I will take them back to Disney because I know I ruined the magic
Bro,
there.
you can't talk to anybody Brazilian now. You can't go to any Brazilian you can't go to Brazilian steakhouses now. You can't go to Texas Day Brazil, bro. They got your picture up. Avoid this goofy. Like, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God, man. So I start out asking you that question from the very beginning. And first off, I'm happy you're okay, man.
Thank
Everything
you.
you're doing good. I asked you that about working at a theme park because there's some law questions I have.
Okay.
Now, we both were working at Disney at the time that our a good friend of ours, Chef Kaufman, was
Hmm.
defending a gentleman who played Tigger. He was accused by a person that attended the theme park and said that he touched someone inappropriately. Now, he was found innocent, correct?
Correct.
Okay, but there's what I didn't know. I thought if somebody accused you of doing something at a workplace, and if you're found not guilty, no harm, no foul, you just go back to work and you keep going. But you explained to me that's not the case.
Yeah, yeah, and I think like this would be a great question to like actually get from the horse's mouth himself, Jeff Kaufman,
Hmm.
because he was spectacular.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, he
We
was. Go ahead. Yeah, tell it.
all of us at Disney, like we're watching this, like how all of Orlando was watching, the whole world was watching the Casey Anthony case.
Hmm.
All of us at Disney are watching the Tigger case.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
And the fact that Jeff put on the costume, which is literally a full body sweater, uh,
Hmm.
and I've played Tigger, and
Yeah, man.
because I remember the incident where the kid had tried to put his hand inside, like up the head into where are the gentleman's head is to touch him on the inside, and we're just like, no,
Oh.
no, 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 like that. And when the thing is, if you tighten up one side of the suit, it's going to tighten up the other. So
Uh-huh.
his movement when he did that, it looked like he sucker punched the kid. But when in
Mm.
fact he's trying to like, wait a second, you're doing this. I'm going to get your hand out, but I can't, straighten my other arm because this
Mhm.
arm is stretching this side.
Yes.
So I'm coming in
Mhm.
at an angle and it looks like
Mhm.
I'm punching you. When in fact
Mhm.
that was not the case.
No.
And from a performer standpoint, Kaufman was a rock star. The
Ah,
way
there
he
it
took
was.
that case from
There it
beginning
was.
to end, and the fact that he actually brought the evidence that he brought in with using the costume itself. Oh my, oh my God! Like
Yeah,
that.
he won. He
Yeah,
definitely won.
he won
But
that.
so, shout out to Jeff Kaufman. That was an amazing victory for him, man. That definitely uh put his name on the map for a lot of people because a lot of
100.
people remember him from that. So the gentleman won the case,
Mhm.
but he was do you call it being fired?
I think it's just like like when police get in trouble, like suspended without pay kind of thing. I
Yeah.
I feel that like what Disney wouldn't Disney's great with their PR, and they're not going to try. They're going to do their best to not have any bad press or anything like that. So of course getting rid of the dude for a little bit. So the focus isn't like if let's say for example you're going to Disney. Oh hey, I want to meet the Tigger who sucker punched
Ah,
that kid. You don't
gotcha.
want to have that. You don't want to have that energy at Disney.
No. So what do you call that? He got what? Let go? Like,
Dismissed. He was dismissed,
okay.
basically.
So what does he get though? Is there something they do for you when that
Nothing,
happens?
nothing really, because like Disney,
But I
like
didn't. I'm just
once
thinking it from.
you
I'm
get
just
cut.
confused, Patricio, and here's why. I'm a person that got accused of something horrible, and I got found not guilty
Mhm.
in the court of law. I didn't do anything wrong, and I still lose my job. Like, I don't understand what happens at that point. They give him a severance package? Do they give him something on his way, or it's just, hey
I think
man, sucks to be you?
sucks to be you. And dude, I'll say this. We can save it for another episode, but I've been down that road where I got accused of something, and I had to put my entire life on hold,
Yeah.
and production wise, because of that stuff. And yeah, we'll talk about that off air, but I get it. And sometimes, unfortunately, when those accusations come, a company is going to keep their interests first and
Hmm.
not have to deal with the bad press and be like, you know what, let's just cut our ties and we're done. Kind of like
Damn.
with Justin Roland and Rick and Morty right now.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that, man. He's out, right?
Yeah, the voice of Rick and Morty is gone.
That's crazy, man. All right, I'm learning some new stuff. I had no idea that can be done to you. I thought, oh, you win your case, you didn't do it. Oh, you're good, bro. I didn't do it. Hey, welcome back, buddy. We knew
Look
you
what
didn't
happened
do
with
it.
Johnny Depp. Look what happened to Johnny Depp. Disney let him
Oh,
go. The
yeah.
same thing that happened to Johnny Depp, from that level, bring it down to our folk. That's what happened to our
Mm. And can you not get anything from the company though, from a legal standpoint?
I don't know. We'd have to ask. I wish we knew an attorney we could ask this question.
I wish we knew somebody who could practice law in over 18 states and a Guinness Book of World Record that's been defending and winning for the people of Orlando for over 20 years. Jeff Kaufman, everybody. That's right. No, I'm definitely going to ask him about this the next time he's on the show because I'm
And
curious, man, because I feel
please
bad
have
for a
me on that
person.
episode because I would love to, from a performer standpoint,
Absolutely.
advocate because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be said for performers here for not only Disney but Universal Studios all over the
You're
place.
right.
They need some advocacy.
Gotcha. Now, before we go, man, we got 30 seconds. Tell everybody where they can follow you and definitely about the podcast.
With the side of chaos, with the side of chaos.com. Check me out every Tuesday at Goyokan in Lake Mary for Taco Trivia Tuesday, beginning at 6 o'clock.
And I want to remind everybody to please go check out the show happening at Outpost Kitchen. That's right, in Maitland. And we have Miguel Colon Jr. and Absar Siddiqui performing. Go get your tickets now. Look up Outpost Kitchen in Maitland. Thank you guys for joining us right here on Real Laughs, Real Radio 104.1. We'll see you tomorrow.